I was about to finish this little window here, and I realized, hey, you know what? This would probably make a pretty good tutorial. So why don't we do that? Why don't we get into a little bit of a tutorial? And so here's what I'm going to do. I already have these CAD lines here. These are snapped to my mullions over here, my lights, right? So the next thing is I need my verticals, okay? And so here we go. Number of different ways we can do this. I'm going to go ahead and draw through the center line of the window all the way down. All right. And then I need a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. So I can just multiple copy, set this to 4, drag out 4. And then what you'll notice is I've got this down here. This is actually a line that was snapped to the inside, right? The inside of these sashes. So if I'm using intersecting mode, I can just grab these and use that align distribute along line tool, highlight that line over here, space evenly, distribute between endpoints. And there is a little glitch in elevation that's going to push it off to the side. That's okay. I can just center it back up on the window. No big deal. The next thing I want to do is I want to just take this and I can do a little point to point and drag it, just populate it up here and then set it to arc it and then snap this right in here like that, okay? So now I can use this to trim, okay? Use this to trim. Now maybe an easier way to trim this, because you need to be able to draw through these lines, right? So maybe an easier way to trim this is first extend these lines. Let's extend them. So we're going to take this, we're going to use the extend tool, draw lines through there. It's now extended to this upper section. Now I can delete that. Now I can select that upper arch and I can use the trim to draw through that. And there we go. Look at that. Beautiful. My next step is I want to take this arch and I'm going to move it down, and I'm going to move it down the same distance as whatever this grid seems to be, which, let me just draw out a line, tab input, 9 3/16. So here we go. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to bring this straight down 9 3/16. Bam. That's perfect. What do I do next? Same thing. I'm going to do that trim. Only this time I'm just going to trim. Excuse me. I'm going to do that trim. I'm going to trim on one side, trim on the other. There we go. The other thing I want to do is I can just bring this back. I can just bring this back and snap it just like that. Then let's switch to that line tool, snap this to the inside. We could just take this, copy paste, right? Kind of same thing here. Line tool is it's gonna be a little bit of an off angle. There we go. Now that's looking pretty close. It's looking pretty close. Let's see what the problems might be if we go ahead and convert this now. Let's use that intersected to select everything, turn it into a CAD block. Now select the window and hit this one right here. Load Muntins. So what do we get? Do we get center of? Do we get center of window on this? You're calling it in a Muntin. Actually, it's offset, right? We can see here. Here's the center line. Actually, no, that's true. Center line in the window. So everything's lined up vertical. That's all good. What's one thing we did that we shouldn't have done? Well, we included that top arch with this. That doesn't make any sense. So we're going to want to fix that. And then other than that, I think this looks pretty sharp. So let's go ahead and unload that. Let's go ahead and explode our CAD block. Let's take that top piece. We need to, it's connected to a little leg here. You can see that. Let's disconnect it and then delete it. Now we can go ahead and one more time make this our CAD block. I like to name my CAD block because it ends up in our CAD block management anyways. So we can say Muntins in this case. And then select that window, load them up. And I think this is looking pretty sharp. Last thing is, I just want to take a little breeze through. I actually moved this wall out of place on purpose so that it was pulled back far enough so that I could see the existing window. Now notice here I still have that little top arch. We don't know what's going on with that. Might need to fix that one more time. Yeah, It seems like I've still got that little top arch. But that's it. Hope that helps you out. That's a good custom one.